Ruby's Worry by Tom Percival. Now this is one of my favourite books, and especially at times like this, it has a very, very important message, and I know we've read it before, but I am going to read it to you again. So, Ruby's Worry. Ruby loved being Ruby. She loved to swing up high, and she loved to explore wild, faraway places. Sometimes she even went all the way to the very bottom of the garden. Ruby was perfectly happy until one day she discovered a worry. It wasn't a very big worry. In fact, it was so small that at first Ruby hardly noticed it. But then the worry started to grow. Each day it got a little bit bigger. It just wouldn't leave her alone. It was there at breakfast, staring at her over the cereal box. And it was still there at night when she cleaned her teeth. The funny thing was that no one else could see Ruby's worry. So Ruby pretended that she couldn't see it either. She tried to carry on as if everything was normal, but it just wasn't. The worry was always there, stopping her from doing the things that she loved. Ruby wondered if the worry would ever go away. What if it didn't? What if it stayed with her forever? Ruby didn't realise, but she was doing the worst thing you can ever do with a worry. She was worrying about it. Now the worry was enormous. You can see there how big it is. It could barely fit in the kitchen at tea time. It filled up half of the school bus. And it took up the whole rows at the cinema. The worry became the only thing that Ruby could think about, and it seemed like she would never feel happy again. Then, one day, something unexpected happened. Ruby noticed a boy sitting alone at the park. He looked how she felt, sad. And then she noticed something else, something hovering next to him. Could it be a worry? It was. Ruby realised that she wasn't the only person with a worry after all. Other people had them too. She asked the boy what was on his mind, and as he told her, the strangest thing happened. His worry began to shrink. Then Ruby did the best thing you can ever do if you have a worry. She talked about it. As the words tumbled out, Ruby's worry began to shrink until it was barely there at all. Soon, both of their worries were gone. Finally, Ruby felt like herself again. Of course, that wasn't the last time that she ever had a worry. Everyone gets them from time to time. But now that she knew how to get rid of them, they never hung around for long. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to read you that story was because, especially now when we're at home and we're not able to see everyone that we would like to see, we're not being able to go to school, we're not necessarily being able to see people that we would usually talk to when we do have things like these worries. But it is so important that you speak to somebody if you are worried. If you have any questions at all, you can speak to your parents, you can speak to me when I call you, you can always talk to somebody, okay? Do not do what Ruby did at the beginning of this story and keep it inside, because that is the worst thing you can do with a worry, okay? So if you are feeling worried or sad or anxious, then please, 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 please tell somebody, okay? Talk to me when I call you, because that is what I do. I'm here to still be there for you. And your parents are there as well, okay? We all care about you lots, and I do not want anyone to have worries as enormous as Ruby's was at some point in this story, okay? Make sure you talk to people. We are all here for you, okay?